What's going on, guys? It's Captain Scout 5 back in the video. Today I'm going to do a short tutorial on how to take some really nice screenshots in Rockstar Editor. So give me a minute here, I'm going to hop in a server and I'll show you some stuff that you gotta do. Okay, you can see I'm in Steam now. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to hit up here in the corner, hit Steam, then hit Settings. This brings up the settings page inside of Steam. Let me see if I can make this bigger. I can't, that's cool. From here, I'm now going to scroll down to in-game. So, in here, just make sure your settings look like mine to a degree. You don't need to worry about display notification place. Yeah, you don't need to worry about those two, but make sure this last one is checked. Save an uncompressed copy. This is vital to your screenshots looking good. If it compresses it, it's going to look like dog shit. Screenshot shortcut key, I have mine set to F12. Pretty sure that's default, so keep it like that. And screenshot folder. If you want to be able to find your screenshots easily, I suggest you go into your drive. I'll show you. Let me pull this over. I suggest you go into your drive. For me, I have an M.2 drive, the ones I save them on. And then make a folder, and it's just like this one here. It says Steam screenshots, and in here it will save all of your screenshots. I put subfolders in here because I have older ones and I have even older ones, but that's what I recommend because it'll be easy to find them, easy to upload them, etc. So yeah, you just hit screenshot folder and then you have to find your folder or make one. But yeah, just make sure that you have to save an uncompressed copy on, and make sure that you have a screenshot folder selected. And now we'll go back to in-game. Alright, we are now in a 5PD server. So we're going to do a couple things. Oh, there's one person standing there, cool. Alright, so I'm just going to quickly throw on some uniforms and such to make it look like an actual good screenshot. So bam, and then bam. It looks like I got in server at a perfect time weather-wise for this. So I'm going to go and drive to a location of mine that I like to take screenshots at, and I'll meet you there. Alright, so I am now in one of my locations I like to take screenshots at recently. This is really nice because it's got that steam coming out of the vent there. Okay, really? You can do this right now. Anyways, it has a nice effect on a screenshot once we get into the editing process. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to just turn on my lights, or do whatever you want. You don't have to have your lights on, but for this screenshot I will have them on. I might do a burnout as well. Oh, actually, never mind, because the ground is wet, so there's no smoke. But pretty easy. I'm going to clear area one more time to make sure AI don't come up on me while I record. So then I go into F1 for my, oh, that's F2. Whoops. F1 for the V menu, and then you go down to recording options, and then you just hit start recording. So now it's recording a Rockstar Editor recording, which will save your computer once it's done. It needs to be at least 3 seconds long for it to save. I'm just going to make it a little bit longer so I have more to work with. So that one was 12 seconds long. That's all I really need. We're also going to do a car real quick, so I'll switch to a car. 1 second. Okay, I got a cool charger here again, so once again I'm just going to clear area, just let all these AI go away. Yeah, so now I'm going to quickly kill sound so you guys don't have to hear that siren. Alright, so, oh, once again, more AI, perfect. So, same thing with this, said this one is probably going to look a lot cooler. It's lower to the ground and such. So then I hit start recording, record a little clip. This one looks like it's going to have some smoke. So we'll add some smoke here. I do back and forth just to get the smoke around the vehicle. And then you just stop the recording. That's pretty much that. Now, I'll see you guys in a second while I get in Rockstar Editor. Alright, I'm now back in FiveM. What I'm going to do from here, I'm now on the homepage of FiveM, so I'm going to hit Replay Editor, and then just hit Go. It's going to take you through the little loading screen to make it to Rockstar Editor. You can play around with the little guy if you want to. Kind of fun. I don't know what the point of this is. I think it's an old GTA game, but, you know, I'm not really knowledgeable when it comes to that stuff. Alright, so now we are in the Rockstar Editor. So, to do what we're going to do today, we are going to need to create a new project. So you just hit enter. And now we are in the project menu. So what we're going to do is we're going to hit add clip. Now you can either sort them by date, by name, or by size. I recommend date because it brings up your most recent ones. And right there by the thumbnail you can tell those are our two most recent clips. That one down there is actually the one I used for the Midwest RP11 thumbnail. So kind of neat. So what we're going to do is now we're just going to hit enter. It's going to bring it up on the timeline, and we're going to hit enter again to edit it, and then once more. So now it's just going to load up the clip. Can take a little bit depending on your computer and what you got and such. Alright, so I'm just going to go forward in it by hitting space a little bit so that we don't have to worry about this AI. I like that right there because it has all the lights on, which looks awesome. So now to pull up the project menu inside here, I'm going to hit enter. That brings up cameras, depth of field, anything you'll need. So then I hit cameras. I'm going to hit the right arrow key, and it's going to make it the free camera. Then I go all the way down to the bottom and hit edit camera. So now the camera is to be moved wherever I please within a certain radius, which is like, yeah, it's pretty far, but you can't go much farther than that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use WASD, Q, E for the height, Z and C for zoom, the arrow keys for roll, and then if you hold down your left click on your mouse, you can actually move where the camera's pointed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get down pretty low because I like these screenshots like this. I think I'm actually going to do a side one on this one. So just kind of zoom in like that, make it wherever you want to make whatever, I don't know how to really say it, make whatever you want in the picture. I suggest making it more towards the middle, but it's really your preference. So I'm going to put it like right there. I'm going to get all the way down. So right there looks good to me. Now I hit escape to exit out of that. Hit escape again, and now I go to depth of field. I'm still playing around with this, still trying to learn the depth of field more. This right here, if I hit H, it hides the HUD. That's not a bad screenshot. I like that. But I want to add more. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the focus to custom, and then I like to make the mode manual. And now you just got to figure out the focus distance, and you'll slowly see it come into focus. I may have gone too far. Yeah, I think I went too far. So let me go back. This is something I don't know. What's the distance? So I just have to guess until it comes into focus. There we go. See how it's slowly coming into focus? And I think right there is pretty much as focused as I want it to be. So 7.2. And now the screenshot looks much better because the background's completely blurred and such. But it's really up to your opinion. Or no, whatever. It's really up to your liking, I guess. If I also want to add some other effects and such, I can go down to the effects menu. In here you can find filters. So, you know, if you want to add a certain filter. I don't really use these anymore because my game looks good enough not to have to. But if you have a little bit less of a good looking game, you can use these. Oh, Divinity also is extremely bright. So is that. God. But I prefer not to use a filter. Just because I like my screenshots to be totally in-game. But these last four I do like to use sometimes. So maybe if it's in the daytime and I want to darken it down a little bit, I can just hit brightness, and it really looks nicely in here compared to like Photoshop because it affects the whole game. So I'm going to bring it down just a tad bit so you can see the bike more. Then I'm going to bring up the contrast a little bit, just makes the lights look a little bit brighter. And then I might bring up the saturation just a bit, and it makes the lights more colorful. And then this sometimes I'll bring up depending on what I want to do. But I think I'm going to bring it all the way down for now. So that is one screenshot that we've now taken. So then obviously, I'm assuming most people use Steam, so you just hit F12 and then you'll save that. Earlier in the video, I showed you how to make it so it saves a full quality screenshot of your picture. Just make sure you have all that set up before doing this. I clicked the wrong button. Okay. So now, once you have that, just make sure your mouse is off the screen. So I usually put it in the bottom right corner because it hides it completely. And then you just hit F12 and it takes the screenshot for you. And then you can just hit escape, spacebar, escape. And now we're going to go on to the next clip. So back to this menu, hit add clip. And then find your next clip, hit enter, hit the arrow key so it goes farther in the timeline. And then you can just hit enter again and you'll edit it. Okay, now we are our next picture here. So this one, there's smoke. So in order to make the smoke work, we actually have to play through the video. So as you can see, the smoke is right behind the vehicle. If I were to just use the arrow keys to scrub, there is no smoke. So you have to make sure you actually play through the video where you can hear it and such. I think I'm going to do right there. I'm going to try to get a little bit more straight. There we go. So, same thing. Hit enter, camera, free cam. This one has some smoke, so it's going to look pretty sick as well. I think we'll do a... let's see. I like to usually take a look. I like to do the front of the vehicles. That's just my preference. You can also do the back if you wanted to, but it definitely doesn't look as good. And just a note, your tire smoke may not look as good as mine. I have NVE, so I believe it changes it some. So it may look quite a little bit different, but it should still look really nice if you do smoke like that. So I changed my mind with how I want the tires pointed. Throughout the video I changed the way the tires are pointed. So I'm going to figure out where the tires are facing the direction I want them to be, and then I'm going to pause it there. Right there. So, free camera. I suggest you zoom as far in as you can and then just move the camera back because it makes the pixels bigger. So, you know, higher quality on the vehicle, at least from what I noticed. So like right there, I think what I'm going to do. I'm going to go back to depth of field, custom, and then make it manual, and I'm just going to focus it to where I want it to be. Effects, brightness down just a tad, saturation up a tad, and contrast up a tad. And now make sure your mouse is off the screen, and you take the screenshot. So there you go. That is pretty much it. Those will be saved to wherever you have your folder set up for the Steam screenshots, and you'll be able to post them, use them, whatever you want to do. That's pretty much that. I do hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like, maybe consider subscribing for more GTA content and maybe some tutorials with the Rockstar editor and editing photos and such. For now, I will see you in the next one. If you have any more questions, please leave them in the comments. I check them quite often, so if you have a question, you can always leave it down there. But I'll see you in the next episode. Thank you for watching. See ya!